Namaste everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you the number one thing you should be avoiding if you want to elevate yourself in spiritual practices and really elevate your spiritual vibrations, the vibrational frequency, the energies around you in order to get what you want, manifest what you want. My name is Priya. I'm very passionate about sharing positivity and empowering others to live their life to their fullest. We're all creators. We have the capability to create our life the way we want. So let's make it beautiful together. Let's dive in. So today I wanted to talk about the number one thing that you should really avoid. And that is basically the negative thoughts, the negative words that are coming out of your mouth, the negative feelings that are within you, specifically gossiping. So if you observe yourself, you really need to be conscious about it, to be aware of all the things, what's triggering you to say things or think about things, or being involved in a conversation that's happening that's negative. So what I mean is, let's say you go to a coffee shop, or even you're going for a walk on the trail. What are the conversations you're hearing? The way I observed it a couple of years ago, 2020, I used to walk a lot that year in trails. I love nature, so I used to walk through all the nature trails in my area. And one thing I noticed, and I used to walk with my dad, and we always talked about the nature, observing, seeing how beautiful things were, and stuff like that. But one thing I noticed when we were walking in silence is that the other people that were walking by, most of the conversations, you don't want to eavesdrop, but when they're like really loud near you and they're walking by you, you hear it. And then most of the things that I heard was like, oh, she said this, or he was like this, or she cheated on this person, or he cheated on this person. And it was like, and I was really, I didn't have words for it, because at that time I was like, this environment is so beautiful. Yet people are so in deep in their thought forms and speaking and expressing all this negativity. But this I'm saying without judgment. I'm not saying that it's wrong to do it, but it is technically wrong to speak ill of others. But let's say if you are going through something, let's say something really terrible happened to you, and you want to vent with your friend, that's okay. You're saying as is how you feel, and you want to get it out of your chest, and that's okay. But I'm talking about things that you talk about other people, which may or may not be true. Those actually affect you, because what happens is when you're talking ill about other person, or listening into something that other people are saying about some negative things about other people, what happens is your vibration starts matching that vibration. So whatever negativity you're thinking, feeling, or expressing, that's the vibrational frequency your energy field is in. So if you're in that field, then you're going to be attracting similar things in your life, or you'll be way far from building your vessel to attract and manifest and use law of attraction to attract what you want in your life. So you have to, next time you get involved in this type of conversations, ask yourself if this is necessary for you. And if it's let's say it's not you talking ill, but you're listening, you're part of the conversation, then ask yourself if this is necessary for you. And if it's something that's someone saying that's something that you know of that is not true, then you should technically stand up for that person, because you shouldn't be part of something and agreeing with something that it's not true. And if you don't know anything about it, then you should kind of tell that person how to avoid being part of this conversation, is telling that person directly, if you can, that you don't want to be part of this conversation, you don't feel comfortable, or you don't want to be part of this negativity. But saying that could really offend someone that's really talking negative all the time. So if you don't want to offend them, and you feel like they're not in the right state for you to kind of tell them, hey, you're being negative, then you can kind of change the topic. And I have done this where, if somebody brings a topic in front of me and, says something negative about it, then I try to switch it to something positive, or bring a different light to the topic and be like, hey, but maybe it happened this way, or what do you think about this? Just bringing a different light to the topic kind of changes the negative connotation people are bringing into the conversation. So that's just one way. The other way is truly just telling the person, this is too negative for me. I want to, let's talk about something positive. Or really, if someone's constantly talking negative with you, maybe it's time to avoid that conversation by avoiding that person. Because if they're always bringing that negativity, then you're getting dragged into that negativity as well. So just be, for all this, I'm not saying avoid everyone, because sometimes we all go through this where we want to talk about something or vent things, and it's okay to do that, but make sure, especially if it happened to you and you want to express it, that's all right. But make sure you specifically tell yourself, I'm only going to talk about this today, and I'm done with it. After this, I need to move on. Because if you hold on to that, the person that did something to you or said something to you has moved on already, but you're holding on to that story. And you holding on to that story is keeping you in that negative vibration constantly, where you're going to be attracting more negativity in your life. So in order to avoid that, to become a better person and to become spiritually a spiritual person who's growing as well, you need to avoid these negativity around your conversations, who you're speaking with, what kind of conversations you're having. And when you start slowly changing these, especially, you need to be very conscious about it, because you could only know when you're conscious about it. But when you start changing that slowly, you'll notice that things will change around you, and even the person having conversation with you will change as well. At least with you, they won't have that conversation. And maybe they're not a negative person. It doesn't mean, like, we're not doing any judgments here. Just because they're bringing something negative, maybe they just need a positive light, and you can be that positive light, right? So do what's best for you and others as well. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please click the like button, share this video with others. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and click the notification button, as I'm very determined to creating weekly videos for you guys to empower you to live the best version of you. Until then, namaste.